You wanted the best. You've got the best podcast, the hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Hi, folks. It's Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com. Where the hell did that come from? Who was that? Who did that on the show? Who said that? That's the Iron Lady. With these things that makes it official. Welcome, my friends and family, to the Chris Voss Show. For 16 years and over 2,100 episodes, we've been bringing you the Chris Voss Show. The billionaires, the CEOs, the White House presidential advisors, the Pulitzer Prize winners, all of the smartest people who share with you their journeys of life, their stories, their lessons that they learned through some of the cathartic times they went through, and they share them with you to let you know you're not alone, and maybe you too could be as cool as the guests on the Chris Voss Show. No, you guys are all. I'm just teasing. Anyway, we have a wonderful young lady on the show with us today. Today, we are joined by Raj Narayan, and she's going to be talking to us about some of the things that she does and how she does it. She is the founder and CEO at Imagine Golf, a golf tragic who loves the game. Raj comes from a corporate background and has held various corporate leadership and NED positions, including COO at Westpac Private Bank, a leading bank in Australia. She was a Golf NSW Advisory Committee member and a women's captain and board member at a leading golf club in Sydney, Australia. She believes golf is a powerful business networking tool, and she has experienced the benefits of golf networking firsthand. She wants to share their amazing benefits by building a powerful networking group through her company, Imagine Golf, spelled EMAJIN, which provides members with access to top golf courses, and you can learn from senior voices and opportunity to grow their business to greater heights. Welcome to the show. How are you, Raj?
Thanks, Chris. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. And did I get your name pronunciation correct?
Absolutely correct.
There you go. So much energy at the beginning of the show, my brain just goes, woohoo, and I just start just making up stuff. So, Raj, welcome to the show. Give us your .coms. Where do you want people to find you on the interwebs?
Fabulous. On our website, imagine.golf, EMAJIN.golf, or you can find me on LinkedIn, Raj Narayan at Imagine Golf.
There you go. So give us a 30,000 overview of what you guys do there.
So we are a golf-based business networking group. So I have a background in banking, and all my life I've done various deals on the golf course. And I thought there's a huge opportunity to build a community around that. So what we do is we organize, it's a membership-based group. We provide access for our members to play at top golf courses, which you normally cannot access. We learn from senior keynote presenters, CEOs of listed companies, Olympic gold medalists and scientists, and then an opportunity to connect with people and grow your business and make business connections. So that's in the gist of what we do.
There you go. So when I was young, we kind of all knew that golf was a great way to network. It was a great way to learn how to swear better.
Yes,
and throw golf clubs into oceans and waters and stuff. That's pretty much what I learned. But I went to Arnold Palmer's school of golfing and learned that everything I've been doing for years was completely wrong. And I just went, okay, I'm going to go do something that I'm good at. But it is a great networking thing. I mean, you've got the clubhouse where you can meet people, usually people that I think golf probably have maybe a higher net worth, because golfing is it's pretty expensive. It's not cheap sport. And, it's kind of more, you spend a lot of time with, I guess, whoever you're networking with and talking with. And it used to be a real thing for business, You'd be like, hey, we're going to go have a meeting on the golf course as opposed to lunch or dinner. So what are your thoughts on what I just said?
Yeah, look, absolutely. All my life, I worked in banking and financial services, and I only wanted two things. One is to have an excuse to play golf midweek, and then two to be able to expense it. So that's what we do. Because we're a networking group, it's a tax deductible expense. So we allow you to connect and network. But jokes aside, what we do is we're a membership base. So say, Chris, you came and joined us. We try to learn two things. One, learn more about your business and what you do.
Hmm.
and two, learn more about who you're looking to connect with. And then every time you come, we curate the connection. So we place you in a table of 8 during our networking meeting, and we place you in a group of 4 with three other people. So every time you come, you meet 7 new people, 7 at your table at the networking part of the day, and 3 when you play golf. So invariably, if you get it right, you're making great connections of people you want to meet in terms of size, scale, industry, operations of the companies that you've nominated.
That's
Basically,
pretty
that's
cool.
just how it works. Yeah.
So we used to do a networking thing with the commerce department. I
Mhm.
think they used to call it score or something. But you would show up and trade leads if you had any, and listen to what other people had to offer. But that's great. So it's just not getting drunk on the golf course like we normally used to do, and then wreck golf carts into the lake.
Get,
Um, there's a reason
Getting
I use.
drunk is not a bad thing as well, Chris.
That's true.
I always say when you're playing golf, have a beer,
Hmm.
because one, it improves your game, and two, if it doesn't improve your game, you don't care anymore. So either way,
That or you
it's
drink
a
it too
win.
much.
You care less, exactly. You care less about not getting the good shot. So invariably, it's a
Yeah,
win-win.
I was always good till about 2.5 beers in, and I'd be
Mhm.
playing better. But if I
Yeah,
went to the full third beer,
that's
like
right.
it would just wreck everything. So I had to pace myself basically.
That's right.
But
That's
you
the
guys,
diminishing marginal returns. In economics, they say that.
and
Well,
and why is building relationships important with fellow golfers? Are there some stats on this, like some demographics, earnings, business opportunities? Why is it important to get to know these people as opposed to me just going to a shady card game with some drugs down on Skid Row?
That's right. So, look, two things. One is networking. I mean, networking is really important because, let's be honest, people do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, especially if you're doing large transactions, deals, whatever it may be, unless you have an e-commerce product that's, I don't know, $5 or whatever, everything else, you're building relationships. Even there, you build supplier relationships, and everything is based on the connections you build. So,
Mm-hmm.
networking is very important. And I think with golf, what golf provides is an opportunity. Let me ask you this question. When was the last time you had a 4.5 hour meeting with a supplier or a prospect or a customer? 4.5 hours in a cart, you get to know them really well. You get to know
Yeah.
the person. So what it does is it just amplifies that connection and really builds a great relationship, because I always say whether you hit great golf shots or not, when you hit a great shot, everybody, claps with you. And when you hit a bad shot, everybody laughs with you because they've all been there. But really, it builds that, connection. It builds that connection. And it's something, talking points, something to talk about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep talking about building a community.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about creating this membership-based community. So every time you come, you meet the same people. And not only do they open doors for you to do business with them, they connect their connections to you. So there's like a bit of a network effect, and you meet other people who are their connections as well. So I think that's how it works. But yeah.
Yeah. The
Mhm.
in a lot of people, this used to be the way people did most of their networking, was doing golfing
Mhm.
and spending time and building relationships. Do you find that building relationships is kind of a lost art for people nowadays? A lot of people they're not the greatest at getting that done, right?
Absolutely true. And look, especially since post COVID, I mean, we're living in a highly digital age. Everybody's behind a computer screen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really fantastic when you do get out and make those real connections and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And we found that people are craving for that. People are craving to do something.
Yeah.
Also, with all the work-life balance and everything that they get today, they have the ability to take the time to go
Mm-hmm.
and partake in a day, like where you're playing golf for a day, you're connecting with people, doing business. And we really focused on the ROI. So obviously, we want to connect people with the right people so they do end up doing business. And in our community, like 94% of our members are CEOs or senior executives,
Mm-hmm.
and 70% do business with one another. And we track this on a quarterly basis. So we
Wow.
know who's doing business and who isn't, and things like that. And if they're not doing any business, we quickly connect them to more people.
Oh, there you go.
How to get the statistic up. Yeah.
I love this because I don't think there really is a format for this. It's always just like go golfing and whatever.
Yeah.
But you guys create a whole community setup so that people
Mhm.
can do that. Tell us about how did you first learn about golf or fall in love with golf? What was goth? Did I say goth? Golf.
Golf. Yeah.
You might be a goth. I don't know. Maybe were you a golf when you were? I'm a gothic person. Anyway, when you grew up, what were some of your influences, and when did you first get turned on to golf?
Yeah, look, I started golf a bit later in my life. I mean, I obviously come originally from India, and I came to Australia to do my undergraduate, and then never left, and I've been here since.
No.
But I actually decided to take up golf when I was studying at London Business School. So I had the opportunity to go study in London, and I was doing my masters there. And I thought, look, I'm going to be doing all these deals on the golf course. I should take up the sport. And at the time, I used to do I used to run. I used to do a lot of triathlons and marathons. I played tennis at quite a high level, and I thought, oh, we should take up golf. So anyway, I go there. I book myself into a 6-week lesson, clinics, and literally I just hate it. I say, what is this sport? I'm trying to hit a stationary ball that doesn't move. It's still there. I'm having air swings or tops. And I
Mm-hmm.
just thought, you don't sweat. And it's a terrible sport. And I thought, I hate this sport. And I actually gave it up at the time and didn't even bother completing the clinic. I went for 3 sessions and I gave it up. And then interestingly, about 10 years later, I was in banking and all of my colleagues and clients played, and I took it up at the time and just fell in love with it. And it's just, and I think timing is very important for everything in life. So and then I took it up. I loved it. I had a lot of lessons, and then I got quite competitive. So I started practicing, and then I just got quite good at the game, and then I therefore loved it quite a bit. And then I used it. Most of my clients, when I worked in banking, I looked after 2 billion plus market cap companies.
Mm-hmm.
So most of my clients were CEOs and CFOs of listed companies. And being a young banker, when I called them and said, "Hey, could I, come and have a meeting with you for a deal that's maturing in, 18 months time," because they were all large $500 million syndicated debt facilities or big transactions, which
Mm-hmm.
had a long lead time. Well, they had no time for me. But then if I called and said, "Hey, can I invite you for a round of golf at one of the top golf courses?" Miraculously, a whole day cleared in their diary, and they were free to come and play golf with me.
Well, that
So I
was
thought,
nice of them.
exactly. So I thought, here's a great opportunity. It's a door opener. I could get these people into these top courses, trap them in a cart with me for 4.5 hours, and have a chit chat. And business came naturally after that. So I thought this is a great sport. I loved it, and I played more. The more I played, the more I loved it, and so on and so forth. And then golf was always only a hobby. And then later on, I've did all that stints, all the great introduction you gave me about being the women's captain and the board member and everything. I thought, look, there's a huge opportunity to connect golf and business. Nobody was doing it in a structured way. I mean, people did it ad hoc. You went to a corporate golf day or you played some golf with someone. As you said, you went in a car and drank beer, but then you never saw them again. So nothing
Mm-hmm.
happened after that. So we try to create a structure around it. We have a formal meeting at every one of our events where you kind of, have a senior keynote presenter present on a relevant business topic. And we've had so many interesting topics that we've talked about. And so it's a community that's, built around that love for golf, love for doing business, and love for learning.
Yeah, and I mean, like I say, people that play golf, they. You've got some stats here on your website. According to your guys' Imagine Golf's business networking,
Mhm.
94% of your members are C-suite or owners of companies.
Mhm.
73% are professional services people. 65% procure your member services that you offer. 10% of profits support charity, so you do some charity work there.
Mhm.
And yeah, so you just help turn these golf events or golf things into ways to network and find stuff. Do you guys have an online community, like maybe a Facebook group or some sort of networking
Yes, so
group that?
we have a members app. We have our own
Mhm.
members app that
Okay.
our members can download, and you get all the news of what's happening, all the events. They can RSVP and come to events. They get to see who attended the events, and then you can message one another. They can connect with each other, and we have various groups that you can join within the community.
Hmm.
Beginners group, so Friday afternoon practice group and things like that. But also we run our formal events which they can connect and come along to. So we have our own members app where they can sign up.
Oh, there you go. And
Yeah.
so, can they go through the community and see profiles of people, see people
Yes.
that they might want to network with, or they're interested
Absolutely.
in?
And they can search by keyword. They can connect with people on there. They can see their company, a little bio. Everybody's got a bio of themselves and a bio of their company.
Hmm.
So they can actually see all that information. So it's a great tool to connect and network and stay in touch in between the events, in between when they come to the events.
Mm. And then
Mhm.
you also, it's not only for individuals, but if you have corporate if people, in a corporate thing or boardroom, they want to take and get involved, you've got corporate membership packages as well. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yes, absolutely. So we have corporate members. A company can sign up and have their staff come along, any members from the company come along. And also, we have a lot of sponsorship opportunities. So we do have a lot of corporates who sponsor events, they sponsor holds, or even a corporate golf day. They organize a day through us. So it's an opportunity for them to connect and build their brand within the community. And what it does for the communities is great because our corporate sponsors sponsor prizes. So every time you come to an event, you win rangefinders and drivers and overnight stay at a five-star hotel. That kind of prizes are up for grabs because our sponsors have put up these prizes. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
There you go.
So
Definitely
that's
a
how.
win. We love
Yeah.
wins. So there you go.
Yes.
This sort of thing is good. Plus, you get out in that fresh air and you breathe some fresh air, and hopefully it's fresh air. Let's put it that way. I guess it depends on where you golf.
Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned that you get access to some top courses that a lot of people don't get access to. Tell us a little bit about that, the benefits of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, I mean, as you know, golf has always it's called the rich man sport, as you just said before, and
Well,
and
you got to
it's
you're always hitting those balls in the water, so you always have to replace them. That's one
exactly,
of the.
and balls are the least of your expense. But look, there's high barriers to entry, and as a lover of golf, that's what I found is that there's huge barriers to entry. There's joining fees, there's long wait lists. There's you need to have 5 referees to get into some of these top golf courses.
Mm,
So it's really hard for everyone to be able to access these courses. I mean, they're quite private, they're quite exclusive. You need to be a member. You need to have been on the wait list for 8 years or 10 years, depending on which course you're looking at. So one of the things we wanted was, I mean, and we talk about golf and growing the game, and everybody talks about growing the game, but the biggest competition in golf is substitution. It's not, it's what else can they do with their time and money? And preventing access sometimes makes it hard. People say, oh, it's too hard. I'm going to go do something else. So our goal is to try and provide access to all of the top rated golf courses. And so we organize events, like we organize tea times and events there, and then we take our members to those courses. So we are partnered with all of the top rated golf courses across Australia. We have some great partnerships and relationships with them. And then we use that to provide access. So for example, we play at, Kingston Heath, New South Wales, Lakes, all the top golf courses here, all the top five
wow.
golf courses in the country, and top 10 or 30 golf courses. And in fact, like, in a couple of weeks, we're playing at Victoria Golf Club, which is a week before the Australian Open. So
Oh,
nobody
wow.
gets access to play in a course at tournament conditions with grandstands and everything. And we have Nick Cahan, who's a famous Australian golfer, who's going to be doing the keynote and presenting on that day. And he's going to do a massive putting masterclass and prayer hole with everybody. So
Oh,
we organize unique experiences like that. I mean, we've had the
okay.
CEO of Australia Post, the CEO of Metcash, like listed CEOs present at our events.
Hmm.
So that's the opportunity to play at these golf courses and
Wow.
hear from senior people. Yeah.
So, do you are you guys international, or are you just in Australia right now?
Look, at the moment, we're only in Australia, but our
Hmm.
goal is to go international.
Oh.
Absolutely. We'd love to be in America. We'd love to be in Asia,
Hmm.
Japan, Korea, Vietnam, a lot of places, and, in Europe. So that's our goal to, expand globally.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Golf is an international based game. And
Absolutely.
what are some good strategies you found that are good for business networking other than using your services? And there any good strategies that you found in just normal business networking?
Yeah, look, absolutely. I mean, I do a lot of keynotes and presentations on networking. I love networking, and I've been part of so many groups. And I've got my little acronym. I've got this called the Rich Referral Recipe, and RICH.
Hmm.
So how to get rich using networking, and it's
Ah.
basically 4 things, right? One
Hmm.
is R stands for the right people. So being strategic, getting the right people in the room who can possibly do business with one another. There could be a whole lot of great businesses, but if you don't get the right people together, it's really hard to do business because there's so many factors, industry, backgrounds, and so forth. The second thing is initiative. I stands for initiative. So whether you're at your own event or whether you're at someone else's event, take the initiative to organize things, to connect people, and be a leader in that space.
Hmm.
And the third one, C, is creating a friendly environment. So making sure everybody feels welcome and connecting
Yeah.
people. And the fourth thing is the H stands for high quality experiences. And that's one of the things that we like to provide because something that's memorable, because you go to so many events, you go out your business cards, you connect with people, have coffee, etc. So when you have something that's a high quality experience, like going to a top golf course or like going hearing from someone special. It's just a talking point. So they go back to work the next day and they say, you know what? Yesterday I was out with Raj and I played at Kingston Heath Golf Club and I heard the senior keynote presenter. So that is a high quality experience that makes it memorable and it helps you build those connections.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it. I mean, we always used to meet a lot of good people in the golf. There's great things that corporations can do. Like there's companies that I've a consultant with that basically they'll do like outings for the golf course
Mhm.
for some of them their people in their company and their C-suite,
Yeah.
and it's a good oh, what's that, trust, it's a good builder of stuff, like people do that, those trust events and different team building events. That's the word I'm looking for, team building.
Yeah.
And those sort of outings can be great for that as well. So it sounds like you guys got it down. I love the program. I think, there's a lot of people just golf and imagine people do some networking, but having the setup there, the base to be able to go, here's how you can do it. Now you guys also have speakers come and talk about things and instructions. Are the speakers just golf instructors, or are they inspirational, motivational speakers?
Absolutely. So we have a lot of business leaders come and present at our events. So we've had like listed CEOs of big companies. We have Olympic gold medalists talk about the mental game and various things that are applicable for business. We have golf, legendary golfers come and speak. We've had scientists. We have every type of keynote presenter, but always on a relevant business topic. They always
Mm-hmm.
present on a relevant business topic. So it's a great way to get learnings. And we presented on so many topics like sales, on e-commerce, on cryptocurrency, on the healthcare in Australia, the healthcare in the world. So many different topics. So we always present on great, interesting topics. So it's a great way to connect and learn. Learn from the
Yeah.
presenters as well. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you can get people that can motivate your life, that can help you do all your things and all that good stuff.
Mhm.
So there you go. You gotta love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So what haven't we talked about that maybe you want to advertise to people and get them involved with? Do you plan on? Are you looking for franchisees to handle your outside Australian network, or are you going to be managing it yourself as you scale and grow?
Yes, look, we're definitely looking for partnerships. I'm not sure whether we'll go to a franchise model, but we're looking for partnerships and people, in those geographies to connect with us and for us to be able to grow and build some, joint venture relationships or partnerships with people in those geographies. Absolutely. And we have so far grown organically. We've grown quite rapidly in size, and every one of our events, we have 100 to 150 people
Wow.
attend them, and we've got over 9,000 people in our database, and over 2,000, 2,500 active people coming all the time. So it's quite a large community, quite a large network, and we'd love to be able to grow this model overseas and elsewhere. So we'd love to hear from people and who want to be involved, or people who just want to play golf and take advantage of this model.
Yeah, I mean
Yes.
it's something that can really make all the difference for you. So
Yeah.
let's take in as we go out, give people a final pitch to find out more about you guys, get involved, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, absolutely. Look, we're a growing group, a very fast growing and amazing community. I always say people join us to gain access to top golf courses, and people join us to hear from senior keynote speakers and learn, on relevant business topics. But the real reason that people stay is because they grow their business, and the value of the community is the community itself. Like we've got amazing business owners, leaders within as members of our community. So in the end of the day, that's the value you get by joining a group. You get to connect with these people, share ideas, share business strategies, do business. We have people in our community, doing joint ventures with one another, partnering on projects, providing connections, etc. So it's a great group to be part of. And so yeah, definitely do connect with us and join this. And I always say, I love this Brian Solis quote where he says, community is not about belonging to something.
Hmm.
Community is doing something together that makes belonging matter.
Yeah,
And golf is that linchpin of our community. So I would love for people to connect and grow the game.
there you go. That's a great quote. Brian is a friend of mine. Brian
Fantastic.
Solis
There you
is.
go.
We've spent a long time hanging out a lot of different events and things of that nature. He's a great guy, wonderful
Hmm.
gentleman, very insightful, and his scientific way that he can look at different things is just amazing to me. So, anyway, yeah, fun is fun, and give us the dot golf, I guess, as we go out.
Yes, that's right. Imagine.golf, EMAJIN.golf, or connect with me on LinkedIn, Raj Narayan at Imagine Golf.
There you go, and there'll be a link on the Chris Voss Show you can find there as well. Thank you very much, Raj, for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris, for having me. It's been fantastic.
Thank you. And thanks for reminding us for tuning in. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, Chris Voss1 on the TikTokity, and all those crazy places on the internet. Be good to each other. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.